Welcome aboard this southeastern service to London Victoria, calling at Sittingbourne, Rainham, Gillingham, Chatham, Rochester, Mepham, Longfield, Bromley South, and London Victoria.
Hospitals of office warehouse. I think it's Al, sure. Oh, I need scissors though. I could have used these at Popeyes. I need to find an electronics store. There's one here though. I don't think there's anything else here. Oh, wait a minute. This will be where I'm looking for though. I'm looking for HDMI to C. These are just HDMIs. Yes, these are just Type C to C. I need Type C to HDMI. I should ask them, right? I'm looking for a cable HDMI to C.
HDMI to C.
Yeah. Are you guys able to see if you have it?
This is 16
No. It's a cable. One side is HDMI, the other is C. So
this one's a Type C to HDMI.
I already have a port like this. I just need just one port.
Without
Yeah. No, you don't have.
HDMI to HDMI. Can you see it fast? This one.
Oh, yes. This one's it. Do you have any other colors? Black. Oh, yes. Yeah. So this is the HDMI, that's C. It's already open.
Quick question. Have you heard about Google File Wireless?
Want to see something cool? 100 years ago, someone found out that if you filled transformers with polychlorinated biphenyls, the oil didn't burn very well. This worked even better than those fancy molded asbestos plates for keeping equipment from burning. It took a couple generations before we found out that those PCBs cause more cancer than California. PCBs and transformer oil died with Elvis in 1977. If you're a young apprentice today, you might go years without having to deal with them. For the people who scrounge old gear, and especially those of us that have to work inside of it, pay close attention to the insulating. Lots of things aren't marked with the stickers. The low-tech back-of-the-envelope test is to just dip the tip of a paper towel in it and see if you can light the sample with a lighter. If it burns, that's a good sign, but if it won't light, it's not right. That great deal on old gear will cause you a great deal of trouble when it's your turn to get rid of it. Learn about CERCLA and the Superfund and stay out of trouble.
This guy was driving home from work when he saw his dog walker walking his dog, so he pulled over to see if the pup would recognize him from the car. Dog's reaction, it's almost like he pretended not to know him, staring the guy down as if he's embarrassing him in front of the lady.
Want to see something cool? I spend more time nervously staring at poles than the average Lithuanian, but today this one caught my eye, and I need to share something important with you. Depending on where or how long you've lived, you probably call this either a tornado siren, air raid siren, storm siren, or my personal favorite, a howler. Y'all sure do talk funny. The proper summon size things go.
Why are mini-landers used instead of minifigures at Legoland? The answer is we use both. It just depends on where they live. At the Legoland parks, like in California or Windsor, we use mini-landers because the buildings are much bigger. They got a lot of room out there. However, I work for Legoland Discovery Centers, and we use minifigures in our mini-land. Discovery Centers are for a slightly smaller scale. And it all comes down to making sure the cities are to scale with things like parks, dash cans, and most importantly, the buildings themselves. There's a lot you can do with minifigures that you can't do with mini-land, and vice versa, so it's really a trade-off, and a lot of massive builders have a preference for which one they do. You know, style you like that.
We don't use this commercial dishwasher to clean Lego because it gets too hot. We do use it to wash 3D glasses and these pick-a-brick cups I use for creative workshop build. Although sometimes I still have to dry them by hand, which makes me feel like I'm in an old western saloon. Brings you this part. really, unless you're running a Lego-themed attraction with hundreds of kids touching everything every day, you shouldn't need to wash your Lego often. I washed my personal Lego collection just once, and that was years ago, and they still look terrific.
I had to go into the archives.
Top 10 countries that get the most and least amount of sleep. 10th country with the most sleep, Sweden.
Listen, this bird wanted to help this person with their homework.
Attention GLP-1 drug users. GLP-1 drugs have been linked to causing severe stomach.
This vintage military jacket has a crazy hidden feature. Designed by the Swiss military in the 1970s, it's the Swiss Army knife of jackets. Check this out. You see these hooks in the front? You can attach them to this backpack. Then you strap it around your waist, and look at that. The backpack comes with these two long pockets that were... This vintage military jacket has a crazy hidden feature. Designed by the...
This college admissions officer is reviewing the student's application. Will he get accepted or rejected? Here's 5 cities you might not have known were so big. Starting with Pahrump, Nevada. This is a town 30 miles northwest of Las Vegas. And even though most people...
This is New York's smallest property. And no, I don't mean the house. I mean this triangle on the ground. This is the Hess Triangle. In 1910, New York City seized an entire block for a subway expansion. One building owner, David Hess, fought back, but he lost the legal battle. The city thought they had taken everything, but they missed one thing, a tiny triangular just 27.5 inches at its widest point. Furious, Hess decided to make a statement. He installed this mosaic that still reads, "Property of the Hess Estate, which has never been dedicated for public purposes." A not-so-subtle jab at the city.
This is a 5-in-1 accessory kit for the original Apple iPod Shuffle released in the year 2005, and this happens to be a genuine Radio Shack product. I've unboxed it.
Last time I was having a creative block, I made this Lego screwdriver. It's happening.
Today we're painting over this old sign. A while back I saw a video of this New Yorker redesigning flyers without anyone asking, so I wanted to do the same, but incorporate my hand lettering. Outside of its disheveled appearance, the original design needed an update. The phrase, "pet waste transmits disease," isn't an effective warning, given we realized just a few years ago that most people aren't that scared of spreading viruses. Instead, I created a shorter, punchy phrase, "Do your duty, scoop that poopy," because a true patriot will always push through when duty calls. In all seriousness, though, after a year and a half of taking painting projects, one aspect that I didn't prepare for was the amount of gratitude I'd receive from strangers. I'll be out painting and random folks would thank me for uplifting their neighborhood, and next-door businesses would give me free snacks. I honestly never thought of what I was doing at.
Safely fall on ice. 1. Fall forward. Not bad. 2. Curl up to minimize possible contact. 3. Don't leave your fingers exposed. 4. Try to get up as soon as you fall.
We will shortly be arriving at Sittingbourne.
And...
I built a new big Lego brick, and this one is super useful for repping the brand.
Welcome aboard this southeastern service to London, Victoria.
That's
calling
because
at
you can
Raynham,
unfold it, and
Gillingham,
it says
Chatham,
Legoland. This is a fun
Rochester,
model to build, and it's actually super
Longfield,
satisfying to fold it
Bromley
closed
South,
because each
and
section slots
London,
in just
Victoria.
perfectly. And you can see that the different sections are offset a little bit to give it room for all the letters to fit. And I am leaving the bottom open on this one so that it can slot together with other bricks. I also originally made these like colorful background panels for it, but it was just too busy and hard to read the letters, so I switched it to white. We'll find a use for this somewhere else. Let me know what you think. I built a new big Lego brick, and this one is super useful for repping the brand. And that's because,
Don't worry. Pop the building.
The freaking house! Augustus, calm down. Mommy's got you.
Join the million.
Let's check out this awesome book, Computer Engineering for Babies. There's a wire, press the button, lights up. There's a logical knot, press the button, light turns off. Then there's a logical OR. Press either button or both. And
Dude, this thing is so... Can I sit on it? What you want? Like riding? Really? Okay. Well, great.
The next station is Raynham.
This was my $5 hotel in Tokyo. It's a little capsule hotel.
Let's find out what strangers do when they have $0 in their bank account. What do you do when you're updating their GPU drivers is your responsibility as a gaming PC owner. The default ones are not good, so here's how to properly keep them updated. There's several ways to do this, by the way. I'm going to show you the way that I personally recommend it. For NVIDIA GPUs, search on Google for NVIDIA app and click that top link from NVIDIA.com. If you're on AMD, search for AMD Adrenalin and click the top link from AMD.com. Download that software and it'll walk you through the steps of installing it on...
Honey, the window is frozen.
Here's a little hand warmer trick. Maybe you didn't know. They can get kind of expensive. So if you want to get as much use out of them as you can, I'll show you how to do that. These are oxygen activated. So when you open them up, take them out, they start to warm up as soon as they're exposed to the air. These ones last 10 hours, but maybe you only need it for a couple hours instead of just letting it run its course. Throwing this away after you're done with it, you can put these on pause by putting them in a Ziploc bag. You just want to squeeze all the air out of the bag and seal it up. It'll deactivate, cool down, and then you can use this later. Say you want to use this again in a day or two, take it out of the bag, it'll warm up again. Here's a little hand warmer.
Sold and tearing down another house on Fort Myers Beach. This house is a frame house. It appeared to be a multi-family unit. There was units downstairs and units upstairs. The house was completely devastated. What happens with these houses is the debris that's inside of the water that's rushing back and forth with the storm surge. It beats the heck out of these houses. So this particular house is a frame house.
Google Fi Wireless has flexible phone plans that keep your family safe and connected. There are plans for any budget.
All right, so this house has a major freaking problem. When we clean this one out, we're going to have to run the guys that got to have masks on the whole time. Permit on this one. So I'm looking at, okay, salvageable items here. So like these things here, these are outside condensing units. These are outside condensing units. This one down here at the bottom is a pool heater. These, like $75 worth of scrap, $75 worth of scrap, $75 worth of scrap. All this stuff right here, this is all, this is copper, and this copper is going to run all through this house at the age of this house, and all this copper adds up. That's the pool pump. It's shot. You don't want to take a pool pump like that and try to work with it because they, once the contacts get the salt water on them, it's just shot. This is really kind of state of the art for this area because to have a raised pool like this is not very normal. So this is a very, I don't even know how they did this. A lot of times they won't let you do that. So this right here, pretty custom pool. See the marlin in the bottom of it? Here's some chairs and some furniture. We will take this stuff. We'll try to give us a second chance at life. There is a little TV or the tables back here.
Directly at zero price, and together we can find the right investments that help her potential bloom. That's the power of curiosity. Better questions, better outcomes. Zero price. Invest with confidence.
It's acting like you run the joint. I guess that makes you the boss. You're saying things like, I want that EPS on my desk by EOD. You do sure?
We will shortly be arriving at Raynham. The next station is Raynham. We will shortly be arriving at Raynham. Welcome aboard this Southeastern service to London Victoria, calling at Gillingham, Chatham, Rochester, Mepham, Longfield, Bromley South, and London Victoria. The next station is Gillingham.
your billionth dollar. Stripe helps you launch it.
I built a new big Lego brick, and this one is super useful for repping the brand, and that's because you can unfold it, and it says Legoland. This was a fun model to build, and it's actually super satisfying to fold it closed because each section slots in just perfectly. And you can see that the different sections are offset a little bit.
Apple's finally doing something they've never done before, and it's coming to the iPhone SE of all things. Apple loves to make all of their tech themselves. They've worked hard to get everything vertically integrated, but they've never been quite able to do that with one of the main components of their phones, the actual phone modem. Reports have swirled for years on how Apple's 5G modems sucked, were being discontinued as a project, etc. And when Intel wanted to sell
I feel why go why what's it? What's your emergency? Okay. Shit. I didn't go fast enough. Hold on. Let me. Okay. Wave 3. Off. On. Okay, there we go. There we go.
Sites were being discontinued as a project, etc. And when Intel wanted to sell off their 5G business, Apple was interested, but didn't actually buy it. But now, it looks like the first Apple 5G modem is happening, and it's coming to the 4th gen iPhone SE, and that's because it sucks, at least compared to the current Qualcomm modems out in the market. So Apple's still stuck with them for the flagship phones, but they're continuing to get a stranglehold on all of their own parts just for the low-end model. Apple's Summerfest building state.
We just put in a driveway for the new house we're building. Let me show you exactly how we did it. First, I like to draw everything out ahead of time. It's a lot easier to make changes at this stage than it is after spending hours of work at the job site. We put a turnaround spot or extra parking space to the right. Then to the left, the driveway leads to the side entrance garage. There's plenty of room to back out with 45 feet.
We will shortly be arriving at Gillingham.
Dotted area is where I'm going to build up with shale I dug out of the basement. Next, I spray paint the outline of the driveway on the ground. I like to use a stake and a string to mark my radiuses. This gives me a perfect curve every time. Then I strip away all the topsoil where the driveway's going. Topsoil is weak and can't support the weight of vehicles, so it's important to get down to solid clay. Now I spread 3-inch crusher run for the subbase. This type of gravel is inexpensive and packs really well. We'll put a finer gravel on top once we finish building the house, and then eventually pave. Finally, I fire up the roller. It has a drum that vibrates. This helps to compact whatever you roll over.
Welcome aboard this southeastern service to
At this point, we're not
Amazon products you need for $2.92. This might be the best kitchen set I've seen, but why? They're not just labeled to prevent cross-contamination, but each cutting board has its own standard features, like this vegetable one that has a built-in garlic grater, this red one that has extra grooves for gripping your bread, this fish one that has tiny spikes to keep the fish in place, with knives that match each board. Amazon products you need for $2.92. This might be the best kitchen set I've seen, but why? They're not just labeled to prevent cross-contamination, but each cutting board...
I left this hamster wheel in the middle of the woods to see if any wild animals would actually play with one.
Attention GLP-1 drug.
So I just got off the phone with the enormous Lego minifigure that runs the entire company, and they've informed me that today has been declared World Play Day. Now, honestly, every day is kind of Play Day at Lego.
the next station is Chatham.
What you got?
Alright, I've got some deep sea creatures with some script and crazy teeth.
Interrupting the meeting. John, what did you here?
waiting. See inside your room for just a couple of minutes. It's fine.
Here. Hey, what's up, bro? Nice on trip. How's your enjoy? Hey, do you make these too? Yeah, you know.
Her student worked all night long to make this gift for her teacher before winter break started. But you have to see what it says at the end.
If you give your teacher a cookie, she's going to want a drink to go with it. All the sugar will give her lots of energy. She'll want to go shopping. While she's doing her shopping, she'll find some really cute things. When she's nice and comfy, she'll want something to eat. And chances are, if she has something to eat, she'll want a cookie to go with it. Love, Sophia.
Her student worked all night long to make.
You don't want to see. You don't want to. Trying to outsmart nicotine? You don't want to smoke. Sign up for X Programs free 24/7 support.
Chatham.
I should. Shit, I see that. 1 second. Come on.
How long can my shaft get?
Welcome aboard this Southeastern service to London Victoria, calling at Rochester, Mepham, Longfield, Bromley South, and London Victoria.
Rochester.
How long can my shaft get? Until I can't screw any. This is the Holy Grail plug-in cruise. Alright, come on, buddy, calm down. You know, So a lot of people may think that the most useful item that I have in my Lego building workshop is maybe a Lego brick separator or a paintbrush for cleaning Lego models, but no. The most useful item I have is this stack of 2x8 plates for one very specific reason. So a lot
The
of
next
people may think that
station
the most
is
useful item
Rochester.
that I have in my Lego.
Bethel Rochester Station. Yeah, Bethel Rochester Station.
So a lot of people may think that the most useful item that I have in my Lego building workshop is maybe a Lego brick separator or a paintbrush for cleaning Lego models, but no. The most useful item I have is this stack of for one very specific reason. So a lot of
This giant pick-a-brick wall is full of fake Lego. If you haven't seen a pick-a-brick wall, it's kind of like a buffet where you grab a container or you drop a container and then you fill it with Lego pieces from the wall.
Smells like candy.
It's not candy. But most of these bins are empty. After you go up about 6 feet, they have inserts to make it look like it's full of Lego pieces. Kind of stuff made Lego bricks. And this is just cardboard. Which I guess makes sense because it's kind of hard to reach any higher. And while it would be fun to have a rolling Beauty and the Beast style ladder going across the wall, I can tell you from experience that ladders and Lego don't always mix. Pieces get dropped all over the floor, and there are enough pieces getting mixed up already. See this bin of mixed pieces? Those are all pieces from the wall that have gotten mixed together, and at the end of the week, some lucky employee gets to sort all those out. This giant pick-a-brick wall is full of...
Join the millions who sit
In front of me is a literal karting world champion, but can I outdrive him? Now this track is unusually grippy for an indoor rental karting track, which means you need a special driving sound effects.
Government's still right behind us, putting pressure on us, guys. We will come out on top. Heavyweight champion, F3 driver. Let's see.
This right here is the perfect Christmas gift for truck guys. A truck guy, you got a shop.
This is what a Japanese head spa looks like, where they use a device that shoots water from all angles into your hair to ensure your scalp and hair are thoroughly clean. Usually, they use low water pressure because if it is too high, it could damage your hair strands and scalp, potentially causing breakage or irritation. And although this looks super relaxing and soothing, I'd probably never get to enjoy it since I don't have long hair. But if you have long hair, would you ever try a Japanese head spa? This is what a Japanese head spa looks like, where they